Voidwalker, Episode 5.
Why are you doing this? Why do I have to watch him just suffer? No, of course you're not going to answer. You never say anything to me. Fine. Be that way. But I have a few things I want to say to you. I know he isn't perfect, but Krishna is a good person. He's nice and hardworking, and even though he sometimes goes to do some weird stuff, he never means harm to anyone. I don't get what you hope to get from this. I can hear him talk about me. I try my best to call out, but I know he can't hear me. He thinks so highly of me. It makes me calm for a moment. I feel like I'm with him somehow. And then he talks about that man. And all that peace goes poof. You should let him out. You need to. You need to. Of course you won't. You never talk back. You never react. But I know you can hear me. You don't believe he's a good man? I'll tell you how good he is. My injury happened when I was only 5. Everything about my life changed. I had to go to a smaller school, overwhelmingly Christian, overwhelmingly white. When you don't have anyone to be around, you don't have much to do with your day except study. I didn't like my new home, so I spent most of my time in the library. People still looked at me like I didn't belong, but no one said anything. That was enough for me. I kept my head down for a long time. And then I met Krishna, and that all changed. I didn't have any classes with him at first. We only saw each other during recess. I couldn't tell you what we talked about. He was always digging in the dirt for bugs and telling me cool facts about them he learned from a book. I thought he was silly. So bright and positive and enamored with every little thing. He's still a little like that. I can see him now, smiling despite it all. I don't think anyone else in the world could take what you put him through. Maybe I thought too little of him. I thought I was protecting him. That someday someone would say something that burst his bubble of positivity. But he's still smiling. I don't know if his happiness comes from hope or mania, but he would want me to remain hopeful too. He's stupid. He's so stupid. In the best of ways. He did well on every test. He can remember these silly little facts and details, and he could recite a book to you word for word, but he is stupid. He was my date to homecoming. I saved for months to get a dress. I remember I didn't like the color, but it was the only thing in the thrift store that fit. He came out in his little suit. It was his father's, so it didn't really fit him right. But we went out, and we had fun. And then someone there says some demeaning remark about us dating. I think it was a jab at my weight. Chrissy, you finally found someone on your level. Or something like that. I don't remember. Krishna remembers those things. They never called him Krishna. Not even the teachers bothered. They called him Chris or Chrissy. He didn't correct them. But I know his name means a lot to him, so I call him Krishna. Krishna didn't get mad. He looked sly and said we weren't dating, we were just friends. That came as news to me. I mean, I asked him out with roses, and I thought he'd get the message. I think he still doesn't get it. I mean, I've tried to ask him out like 10 times, and every time he's none the wiser. I thought I was finally starting to get over him after I got out of high school. We kept in touch well, but I met so many new people. I met a lot of people like me in a lot of different ways. I met a lot of people nothing like me. College taught me about a lot more than space. I had my first actual relationship where both people knew we were supposed to be dating. It didn't last long. It was my first time in any relationship, and I was scared if I messed up, I wouldn't be friends with her anymore. I've dated people since then. I mean, I don't think my dating life is really relevant. This is about him. I thought that crush was just a childhood thing. Until he moved in with me. I had to take care of him for months, and it flipped back on some switch in my brain, and I suddenly wanted nothing but him. I was just a teenage girl again, pining away for someone who knew none the wiser. I never thought he'd have the guts to stand up to you. I mean, you've pushed him pretty far. I don't forgive you either, though. I'm proud of him. His community, I think he calls it, and that man, too, they are all the same thing. They aren't good for him. I think I hate them almost as much as I hate you, but I don't think he would be this resilient without them. Shit, I guess it's complicated to think about. I don't want to be thankful to them, but I guess I am. I'm more thankful for them than I am for you right now. Ugh. I guess you're really not going to answer me, are you? No, keep pretending like you can't hear me. Doesn't make a difference either way. But you really need to let him out.
Malaysia Torres is voiced by Era Salguera. Voidwalker is a fiction podcast written and produced through volunteer and paid efforts. To support us, check the description for a link tree. For transcripts and trigger warnings, see our Tumblr.